Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's case should have been all about the defendant who's facing assault and theft charges. But honestly, I barely remember the details because the defense attorney and prosecutor turned the courtroom into their personal battleground. With constant interruptions, bad behavior, and snarky remarks, the actual charges took a back seat. This isn't the first time these two have gone at it. I'm starting to believe they hate each other. Let's watch as this legal smackdown completely overshadows the case.
What's your name?
Hamilton.
Okay, Mr. Hamilton, you have a few matters here. First of all, you have a traffic matter where you previously failed to appear in court. You're going to be given a personal bond in this matter. This is a misdemeanor with a penalty of 93 days and or $500 fine. You have a pretrial date of November 13th, 2024, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Millhouse. When you appear in court, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you at public expense. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right, this is ticket SP 1554573 from February 2024. Count 1, driving while license denied. Count 2, driving unregistered or untitled vehicle. Count 3, no insurance misdemeanor. All right, sir, state your name again for your next matter. State your name again, sir.
Daniel Hamilton.
This is, I'm sorry. Case number 230448889, people of the state of Michigan versus Danielle Kawan Hamilton, and you also have case number 240444641, people of the state of Michigan versus Danielle Kawan Hamilton. Counsel.
Thank you, Magistrate. I'm both Steve Benson, B71917.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ianca Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Hamilton. He's been advised of his rights. Will stay on mute. We ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf on both matters.
Okay, court will enter a not guilty plea on his behalf, and that's on both matters. One of them is a capious matter, one is not. One that is a capious matter. Sir, you failed to appear in court and the judge set your bond in the amount of $1,000, 10%. And that was on August 30th, 2024. Do you want, for the people, which one do you want to start with?
We can start with that one just because we were just talking about it. Judge, we're just going to ask you to continue that. He initially was given a personal bond, and then he failed to appear not once but twice. On the second failure to appear, he ended up getting capious 3 days later. And as you just mentioned, the capious was 1,010%. The case has to do with allegedly the defendant driving intoxicated, speeding at over 85 miles an hour, blew a .10, Judge. Respectfully, because of the multiple capiouses, we're going to be asking you to continue that.
Okay. All right. Any response as to that one?
Yes, Your Honor. I would respectfully ask for a personal bond. It looks like at the initial arraignment back in February, Mr. Hamilton was given a $25,000 personal bond. Your Honor, my client indicates the reason for the capious was because he did not get notice. I would just draw the court's attention to, it appears there was a pretrial held on May 17th. At that May 17th court date, they set a final pretrial for 7/8/24. And then it appears that on July 2nd, that was removed from the calendar and a court date of August 6th was set for a final pretrial conference. And on August 6th, the Register of Actions does indicate defendant failed to appear. However, a capias was not issued. They instead set a final pretrial conference date of 8/27/2024. There's a notation on that date that my client failed to appear. And then on August 30th is when the bond was set at $1,000, 10%. So it does appear that there was some rescheduling going on there, Your Honor, and my client indicates he never got notice for that. Unfortunately, at this time, he's not able to post any money for bond. I would respectfully ask that you take into consideration the age of the case, that he initially received a personal bond, and my client's representation as to why he missed court, and consider giving him a personal bond again. And we can, on this record, make sure that Mr. Hamilton knows that next court date, as well as this will be a matter our office will be handling even after the arraignment. We do have contact information for Mr. Hamilton. So I'm hopeful that this won't happen again where Mr. Hamilton doesn't make his scheduled court date.
What happened on July 8th when, if he didn't know that he wasn't supposed to come, did he come? Did he show up on July 8th? Doesn't seem that that was the case.
I don't know the answer to that.
Even if they took that out of the computer on the 2nd, if he didn't know that, then he should have been there on July 8th.
I understand your position on that, Your Honor. However, I can just tell you that my client says, as to the capias, he did not receive notice of that. And when I look in the Register of Actions, there appears to be some rescheduling.
Okay, well, let me say this. When he failed to appear on that first pretrial, I truly believe that at the arraignment, he was told his court date. So I will not believe that he did not get a court date at his first arraignment.
But that would have been at April 8th. So the arraignment would have been April 8th pretrial. And on April 8th pretrial, it says it was scheduled for pretrial 5/17. And then on 5/17, it says it was scheduled for final pretrial 7/8. And then that's when July 2nd, it gets rescheduled to August 6th.
When did he miss the first court date?
From what I can see in the Register of Actions, August 6th, it says defendant failed to appear on August 6th, but that was a court date that was rescheduled on a
I understand that, but Mr. Benson said that he missed one prior to that.
And I think that when he said there was multiple capias, that's an incorrect statement, because a capias only issued one time. There was a notation, please let me finish, that there was that defendant failed to appear.
Well, if he failed to appear, there was go ahead, Mr. Benson.
I'm sorry, Magistrate. I was very clear. There are two failures to appear. There was one capias that was issued 3 days after the most recent failure to appear. But Judge, let me just say this. I don't know if it's very sincere making an argument about this defendant not getting notice. It's Miss Roberts' office that's been handling this case the entire time. I mean, it isn't the court sending out they're the ones who have been handling this matter.
Okay, when was the first time he didn't appear?
I have August 6th of 24, and you know Judge Bryant, she gives defendants the benefit of the doubt. She'll wait for the second failure to appear, and then the second failure to appear came about 3 weeks later.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the other matter, the assault and battery. Anything else to bond regarding that?
Thanks, Magistrate. Yeah, the one ending in 4641. It's charged as an A and B, Judge. I think the biggest thing here would just be no contact between this defendant and his sister. He doesn't have priors. I didn't see any medical treatment that was warranted. It's assaultive on its face, Judge, but the way it's being charged in the time since that incident through the present, I'm comfortable not objecting to a personal, but with that no contact through the pendency of the case.
Okay. All right. For the defense, any response?
No objection to personal bond.
Okay. All right. We're going to go with this one. Mr. Hamilton, You have a couple serious offenses here. Both of them are serious. One of them is assaulted. You're not to have any contact at all with your sister, Ashley Hamilton. No physical or verbal contact, no contact by way of text or social media, no contact with her place of employment or residence. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
So I don't know if the two of you live in the same home.
No, I
It
live by
appears
myself.
from, okay, I don't know if you do or not. This investigator's report suggests that you do, but if you do, you cannot go back to that location. You cannot have any contact. If she lives there, then yes, whoever's home it is.
I
If
live
that is
by
her
myself.
residence. Okay, I said
Mr.
if
Hamilton,
she
just
lives
listen,
there.
please.
I said if she lives there.
Okay.
Bond, sir, is being set in the amount of $10,000 personal. You have a pretrial date of October 30th, 2024, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. As to the other matter, 230448889, court is going to set that bond back to the previous bond of $25,000. It's going to be a personal bond, no driving at all, no use of any alcohol or any other illegal controlled substances. On this matter, you also have a pretrial date of October 30th, 2024, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Bryant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you may step away from the camera.
Thank you, Magistrate.
Well, that was unprofessional. What was supposed to be a hearing about assault and theft turned into a silly bickering match. It's hard to say who was more interested in the case, the judge or the rest of us trying to follow along while the attorneys sniped at each other. Honestly, the defendant's charges felt like background noise in their personal drama. What do you think? Do they actually care about justice, or were they just trying to score points off each other? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more gripping courtroom moments. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.